Equity.
Equity.
In a normal everyday life, most people don't think about equity. So what is equity and how is it important in school districts?
Equity really means is ensuring that all people in a society or state or country or school have access to the same opportunities, the same resources.
Equity specifically to me means that we're identifying what the needs of an individual are. It's not that everybody gets treated the same way, because different individuals have different needs, and to try and provide what those individuals need so that they have all the opportunities to succeed that they can.
Welcoming others from different backgrounds and wherever they come from, being understanding, and just being a good person in general.
Equity is about providing all of our students with what they need, whether it's the big things or the small things, but whatever it is they need to be successful through a lens of equity, through a lens of justice, and through a lens of inclusion.
The Equity and Student Achievement Department of San Juan Unified School District, in association with community partners such as UCAN, also known as United College Action Network, IYT, also known as Improve Your Tomorrow, EAOP, also known as Early Academic Outreach Program, and TRIO, also known as TRIO's Educational Talent Search Program, help support over 500 students in many different ways. 4 of these ways are academically, with college admissions, scholarships, and connections to tutoring and mentoring. Let us take a look at one of these community partners. UCAN as to how they support students and how students feel about the program.
UCAN is a program that supports students by holding their hand through the college process.
Some of the ways I support students, I would say one for a big issue is financial aid, like navigating that space, especially being that a lot of our populations are first generation college students. So as a first generation college student myself, navigating that using my expertise to assist students on how to navigate FAFSA, scholarships, and anything related to finances. Preparing them for adulthood, I think a really good workshop for that is personal statements, navigating like what to say, how to advocate for themselves, like where do they see themselves in society, and how that will later be exemplified in higher educations.
Yes, I actually really enjoy them because I feel like having someone like my leader that is in my UCAN meeting, having another Black, strong female to teach me how to like go the way of college and what her ups and downs were coming from a certain community to a different community really speaks to me, because I feel like I resonate with a lot of things she's going through and have a lot of representation from it.
I just really appreciate the program for helping me really take the steps I needed. I don't think I would have gotten as far as even knew how to do everything that I need to do without the program, so it was really helpful in my college experience.
Yeah, it has made a great difference in my life because it's opened me up to colleges, because I was really not sure about it. But them coming in to talk about it and tell me about different colleges and that it can be beneficial has really opened my mind and made me more willing to go, because I wasn't for a long time. I didn't want to go, but now that UCAN has come and talked about different colleges, it's made me really think about it a lot more.
It has gave me opportunities that I didn't think I would be able to get, helped me learn new things and further my education.
Helping us find resources that we truly need, especially after this whole pandemic, and it's been kind of harsh on us with dealing with college applications and all the deadlines and just having to deal with everything.
UCAN also hosts HBCU, also known as Historically Black Colleges and Universities, which is a college fair open to all students who meet with college recruiters and can get on-the-spot admissions.
Well, I would say the first huge what UCAN, so United College Action, is known for is the 2-week-long Historically Black College Fair. So we assist students. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it is virtual now, but we basically have connections with recruiters and admissions peoples through historically Black colleges, and they come online. They have workshops for students to navigate, log in, Yeah, basically just go over transcripts, admissions, and even offer on-the-spot admissions. So that's one of the ways that we do. In addition, we basically collab with the school districts on their college nights, using our expertise and our contacts from the universities that not only that we attended, but colleagues have attended to advocate for students.
I got to go ask questions about like when to apply, how to apply. And they kind of just, it was nice to be able to talk to them one-on-one.
Every September, we bring about 40 HBCU recruiters to California, and we take them on a 2-week tour of California and Nevada, and we give them the opportunity to meet with students. And at that college fair, our students are able to apply on the spot, and if they have all of the required documents, can also be offered scholarships right there in front of them. They get accepted right there if they meet all the qualifications. And then those same recruiters will come back throughout the year, and they will meet with students if there is a need. And then we also do virtual presentations, because of course our recruiters are on the East Coast or the South part of the United States. And then of course we invite our California colleges as well to be a part of our presentations.
The San Juan Unified School District school sites also support students in different clubs. Some of these clubs are SSAC, also known as Superintendent Student Advisory Council, BSU, also known as Black Student Union, LU, also known as Latino Unidos, and WRSAC, also known as Will Rogers Student Advisory Council.
We bring together like our Latinx groups. We have our Pride Pack for our LGBTQ. We have groups for our African American students where they're able to come together, Black Student Union, for example, and they have voice and they have an opportunity to address those unique issues that they're seeing and they're facing at their schools.
Let's talk to Will Rogers students about their Student Advisory Council and how they benefit students.
The student government for Will Rogers is made up of a bunch of students between 7th and 8th grade, and we all take part in making the school better. For example, we're working on like a spirit week of sorts where student government reps go to classes and inform people on different things like sexism, racism, ableism, LGBTQ, all that kind of stuff. We're just trying to make the school better and more inclusive.
We help have people's voices be heard and make sure everyone's equal. We make a safe environment and a comfortable environment, how they're thankful that they feel like they can walk the halls with their head up instead of down.
I'm in student government and I go to meetings to talk about problems and stuff we want to fix in the San Juan district, and it can also help other schools and just help make schools a better place. We've been working on issues with gender identity and other problems that other schools have with people.
Let's explore the student support clubs such as Black Student Union and Latino Unidos at Del Campo High School and talk to the students about it.
This club really welcomes everyone. It doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, Latino, it doesn't matter. Everyone accepts you the way you are. Some benefits are meeting new people and having common interests with them, and I feel like just bonding with everyone in general, no matter what their ethnicity is. It's a really fun thing to be a part of because you get to explore other cultures.
The club gives a safe space and an opportunity for students of color or just students in general to talk about racial problems that go on at school or just problems in general, and gives a space for especially African American students to discuss their concerns and issues that they have to deal with.
Our club has supported students in Del Campo by allowing a safe space for people to talk about racial issues in our community and just talk and speak their mind on how to support and how to embrace Black culture.
We have a lot of events that we host, and we've done like an education table where they can come and learn about our culture and embrace it as well.
Not only do the students at Del Campo High School have a safe space to share their thoughts in these clubs, but also have fun activities.
We got to share a lot of traits, and we actually would bring food, we'd bring tacos, we'd have special candies, Mexican candies, candies, and just overall it was good. We got a lot of prizes. We got to talk to each other, get to meet new friends, and we would actually speak in Spanish and just chill.
So starting off at my own high school campus, I'm part of the Rio Equity Team, which is a team that was founded this year at Rio Americano, and we work together with students, parents, and staff to help make Rio a more equitable environment. Secondly, I'm a part of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council, which is a council that is dedicated to elevating student voice. And every single year we choose a project to focus on to make the district a more equitable and accessible place. Last year we chose to focus on the mental health effects of students during the pandemic and how we could help all of our student population. And this year we're focusing on creating a more equitable dress code that helps all students of all races, body types, and genders feel comfortable on campus. Local control and accountability plan. And this committee works to make sure that lower income students, homeless students, and English language learner students are able to get the tools and necessities that they need to succeed in school. We meet typically once a month, sometimes more if we're working on things, in smaller groups. So I can use last year for an example. So last year our focus really was to focus on the mental health of our students because there were so many mental health issues surrounding COVID. There are a lot of feelings of isolation, anxiety, depression, and numerous other issues that our students had faced. So what we really wanted to focus on last year was creating a connection between our students, even though we were all online and all virtual. So firstly, we created an Instagram account, which is San Juan Sasac, and this Instagram account had posted mental health resources, motivational quotes, and other news from the district about COVID. Secondly, Nanak Tagore is a member on our council, and he created a podcast, which was amazing. It interviewed students from all over the district and helped form more community feel. And we also hosted a speaker series night. So members of SASAC had chose subjects to speak on, and we talked about them in this webinar Zoom session. And I had spoke on art because I'm an artist. I love to paint and write and draw, and I talked about how this was helping me get through the pandemic. And this year we're focusing on creating a more equitable dress code. So there have been numerous schools in our district this year, including El Camino High School, Bella Vista High School, and Miraloma High School, and Rio also. And these students at these schools have expressed the desire to change our current dress code and update it to a new, more equitable dress code.
The San Juan Unified School District has made significant improvement in equity and has plans to meet the needs of students, family, and staff.
For the past 10 years, we've had a real focus on equity. I think about the fact that we created an equity department in the district with a number of positions. We have a director of equity. And then even our family and community engagement department, which addresses issues of equity when there are things that are going on at a school or parents have issues, they work directly with those folks to try and resolve those issues. Two other issues that I think about that we've done is we've provided significant training for all of our employees. We were doing that for not only our teaching staff, administration, but also our classified employees. Had to slow that down once COVID hit because we're not doing as much professional development. And then for a number of years, we were sending folks to the Museum of Tolerance in Southern California, which really allows people to examine themselves and historical issues of oppression or racism that have happened. I think when I look ahead, areas that we've been working on it, but we need to continue and do a better job is really around issues of hiring a more diverse workforce. We have been striving to do that, but we haven't made as much progress as we have. We really want our workforce to mirror what our student population looks like. And so in some areas we've improved more than others in certain groups. But for example, our teaching workforce still is not as diverse as we would like it to be. So how do we go about recruiting those folks? We're actually working with a number of outside organizations as well to help us recruit and identify diverse workforce members who would like to come and work in our district.
Identifying the needs of students and assisting them to overcome their challenges is the key to achieving equity at any school.
Equity is everywhere. I think sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that equity is something that is separate from the work that we do, but it's actually ingrained in everything that we do. So when we think about instruction and all the different ways and how some kids are learning at certain paces and other kids are learning at a different pace, meeting the needs of those children, those are issues of equity. When we think of how kids feel connected to schools or don't feel connected for a myriad of reasons. So it could be because of race, could be because of ethnicity, or it could be because they had a bad day. All the different reasons that kids don't feel connected, our job is to find ways to connect them. So that can be behavioral things that happen, those can be educational things that happen, they can be opportunities that maybe in some communities kids don't normally get. How do we make sure that they have communities or have opportunity? Equity is everywhere. It's our job to find it and support it and make sure that our kids are getting what they need.
In a world where there is so much diversity in terms of race, culture, ethnicity, beliefs, faith, and such, it is very important that equity be achieved so everyone feels supported and gets what they need.